Okay guys, this is the 51 Spartan Imperial Mansion that I got for sale on eBay. Try to do a video on this. It's going to be kind of a long one, guys, but I think you'd probably appreciate seeing it. Pictures just don't show enough. But I got a new lens for that marker light coming in the mail. It will be on there before anybody picks it up. We're going to do the outside first, then we'll go inside. See, that's been changed. It has a swamp cooler on the top, which is evaporation, air conditioner. If you got a dry climate, it'll work. If you got a wet climate, it's basically useless. So, don't know if it works. It seems to be complete, but it's probably going to need to be rehabbed just like everything else. Now the tires, guys, if it sells, I'm going to include 4 new tires and rims. They will be 225, 75, 15 tires, trailer tires, and it will be similar design as these right here. Those do not come with it. The other ones on the other side that I will show you do come with it, but they are the split rim style, and it's almost impossible anymore to find anybody that will work on those. So you'll have it for spares or whatever. This rust right here must be from the screen. Of course, it's all aluminum, so it can't rust, so it's got to be from the screen. But we'll go inside and look at that in a little bit here. It does have the original glass lenses in, license plate, red lens. The back window, guys, is not there. And all this is just a piece of glass that I siliconed into the original framework. The framework is there, but the part that snaps out or pulls out or whatever you want to call it, it is missing. It's not there. I do not have it. Last time this thing was on the road was 1976. Been sitting at a ranch close to where we live here for many years. I think they may have used it as like construction housing or something like that a long time ago. There's the wheels. Like I said, those are the original to it. The other 2 wheels I did not get. They were gone. It was all jacked up and leveled, and those wheels we could not find, so they are missing. The original wheels are missing except for the 2. Like I said, those are split rims, 15-inch. I don't know anybody. They hold air. Would not trust them going very far, so we're going to get you new ones on there. That handle is non-operational. Well, I guess it works a little bit, but the part that's gone. And then it has a little hasp thing that keeps it shut. Okay. I'm going to go inside in just a little bit. Just wanted to open up this door to show you that it does physically open. I think this here was a water line. I don't think it was propane, because I think this line here went over to the swamp cooler line that you'll see hanging out the side. I think that's what that did. So I think that's a water line. They kind of made it up after the fact. There's that water line I was telling you about. That's just the, what is it, 5/16 inch water line. You see the rubber hose there hanging? That when it went to that valve I was just looking at to let the water in the swamp cooler shut-off valve. Now this side here, guys, was a mix-up that we had, because that tongue is short. And on my pickup, I was backing it up and kind of ran into that a little bit. That window there needs to be replaced anyhow. The center one's probably alright, and then the right hand side one would be alright. Needs gasket. It may be alright. It is coming loose just because that gasket's just separated or whatever. The hitch jack, I cannot get that to come up and down. It moves a little bit. I think it would if you took it off and probably soaked it for a couple weeks in some kerosene and transmission fluid. Maybe some muriatic acid if you're careful, and drop some in there to get it freed up. There's the thing for the bottles. I do not have any other thing other than what you're seeing in the picture is what I have for it. There's no extra parts. That's it. So if you're thinking that I got extra parts, I'll point anything out that I do have extra, some wood pieces and so forth inside. But that's all I have is what you're seeing for the most part. That lens is there. Like I said, all three other lenses are there except for the right front one, and it will have a new one, new used one, before I pick it up or whatever. And like I said, it will have 4 brand new tires on it with rims matching that will fit it. They will be on it when you pick it up. And we can discuss about the wheel bearings and so forth. Now the wiring, I could spend a little bit of time trying to get these rear tail lights to work for you. I'm not going to guarantee that they are going to be work functional. So you may want to think about, you'll have to come up with some magnetic lights and some kind of bracketry, bunch of cords, whatever you got to do to put some lights in the back of this to get it home. They're complete, but I don't know, have no idea about what the wiring is. I mean, I could put some power to it and see what we got. We did plug it into my pickup. We didn't get anything, but that could be because the bulbs are a little bit corroded or whatever, not making a good ground in the back. So, and there's where a tree went back and forth in the wind, but that's just hard. That'll come out. Alright, so we'll jump in here. Beautiful gold carpeting. Good in its day, not too good today. The vents, all the caps for the vents are on the top of the camper, but I do not have anything else. They have went ahead and blocked those off. So, like I said, what you're seeing is what you're getting. This is just a couple pieces that we had. Decent seat. I mean, it's just kind of dates back. You can kind of see when we hit that, not hard, just barely backed into it, and I think that piece had leaked in. Just typical of what you're going to find in any of these old wood campers, guys, and I'm sure if you've been looking, you understand that. But I will give you a quick rundown. Here's the furnace. That is a more modern furnace than what it came with, probably. I do not know the functionality of it. I did not have electricity to it. I do not have a plug that goes to the outside of this camper. It is a 2-prong weird plug. You're going to have to update it to a modern plug and probably have to do some wiring. Here's a swamp cooler control. It is kind of hanging down there. When I got it, the vent that vented the stove vent, this one right here, the cap had blown off, the top part of the cap. We did find that. It's back on it. So there shouldn't be any more leaks, I don't think, in that. But the damage is done. It's there. So there is damage up in there. But there again, it's not a $100,000 restored camper like you see in TV and on eBay and so forth. There's some keys. I have no idea if they fit the door. They may. But there's that. And that. Philco refrigerator. I did run a drop cord in here, and the refrigerator does come on, work. It does cool. It does have some plastic damage, but it is retro to it. One of the dividers, and I think one of the shelves is, the wire shelf is missing, but sometimes you can get that vintage stuff if you look around. There's a couple extra handles, I think goes onto this bottom shelf, way at the bottom. This was like a full-size bed that was sitting on here with this framework. So the way that's all disregarded, it was old and junk. So I got that sconce light there. That one is missing. Now this is where that thing kind of leaked in and went out to this area over here. So you can see, usually I think this is just birch wood paneling. We had an old 54 kit camper that we had to do some work to. This door is going to have to be reconstructed, just basically a piece of plywood, hardware for the most part there, except that little pull handle. So you could redo that. Here is that other vent that's been covered over, probably because of weather. Mirror. All the built-ins and so forth are pretty much there. But look at this video a few times. I know it's probably long and boring or whatever, but you almost need to because the still pictures that'll be taking doesn't really show you enough, in my opinion. There's that other vent that is blocked off, probably with insulation up there, probably because they blew in and got cold. There's the back window where it was missing when I got it. So there is damage to the plywood or whatever that is, that birchwood. The crank windows, it has crank windows each side. Cranks that down, looks like an old car. They do crank. I didn't take them all the way down, but I did crank them a little bit, and they do move. And there's where that is rusted. So there's something in there just spitting out rust down there. I think it should be fine once it's cleaned up. Now go into the bathroom. There's the ceiling to the bathroom, into the toilet, sink, medicine cabinet, shower fixtures. As you can see, somebody's added that, I'm sure. Had a mirror up there at one time, it's gone. But everything seems to be pretty much intact. Don't know, I would strongly suggest that you check the wiring out. It's been many years. You need to go probably system by system, rewire it, or look at the wiring to see where you're at. And I mean, just you don't want it to burn down the day you bring it home because you decide to put electricity to it. But that pretty much does it, guys. Like I said, that vent there will go back up. You could easily put an air conditioning unit up there if you wanted to. Just take that off. I think the square hole is about the size of what you need. Kitchen cabinets a little bit. You know, all in all, really, for what it is, most of the wood is okay. Some of it needs to be rebuilt, as you can see. And I think by wetting that birch wood down, you can get that to go around that bend there. They had to do it in a way, there's no special process. I've seen guys that worked on old boats that wetted down wood and just kind of formed it around, and you just get it down where you need it and tack it in and you're good. Like I said, I don't know about the heater. Probably will work. Probably needs to be cleaned out and so forth. Same as the swamp cooler if you're in a dry area. And can use the swamp cooler. But that's about it, guys. Got any questions? Feel free to give me an email, and I'll do the best I can to answer your questions. It does have a good Nebraska title, matching VIN number that matches that tag right there, and it's on there and it matches it. Serial number is right on there. So that's kind of an important thing if you want to license it. So if you don't have a title, sometimes it can be pretty, I don't know how you're going to do it. Some states might not require a title for a camper, but some states do. There's an extra plate, brand new, never been put on, from 1976. It matches the back one, but in the registration's in that bottle right there. Hopefully that answers a lot of questions for you. Much better to do a video and see it than it is still pictures. You just don't get enough. Okay, if you got any questions, like I said, give me an email. And if you want to talk to me personally, shoot me an email, ask me for my phone number, and I'll be happy to call you back. And you can leave your phone number, I'll call you or whatever. Alright, I'm going to shut this door, get outside, and upload this and take some pictures. And this nail here is complimentary. I don't know why they put it on there, because I think the door latch latches. But I think this is like a 33 or 34 footer. And I looked up the serial number, and it is a 51 Imperial Mansion. So, alright guys, thank you very much.